Okay. So now what we are going to do is um, we are going to start next is why it is hanging so much today. Okay, so we have understood the basics of the loop, like there is a while loop is there. So and when you are working in any kind of loop, so at that time you have three basic things: in initialization, condition, and increment decrement, right? So and when you are working on while loop, so see here we have to print the values from 0 to 10. So like this, we have initialized and then we have given the condition and then we have given the increment decrement. In the same way, now we are taking and doing the same thing by appending those values into the list so that it can print like this. Then we saw how we can implement the same thing on the table and we can write the table for any given number. Okay, so now we are going to see like how we can do different kind of implementation. So, for example, if suppose we have a list, right? So I have created a list. My list is equal to, and I have taken 6, 8, 3, 10, 20, right? These different variables are there. Now, what I have to do is I have to um, multiply each element with some variable, some value, and then display that. Okay. So what I am going to do is I am again I'll start with zero because the indexing of table in this list starts with zero. So I have started an index with zero, and what I am doing is while I is less than length of my list. Okay, so this length of my list will return how many elements are there inside this list. Okay, and now what I am doing is print I into, suppose let's say I am doing I into 3. Okay, so every element will be multiplied by 3 and then it will be printed, and then I plus is equal to 1. Okay, so now I am doing this. So now you can see, sorry, not I. This is my list of I. My list of I. Okay, like this. So you can see each element is now multiplied by 3 and the final value has been printed over here. Okay, is this clear?
Huh.
Okay, now what I want is I want to add all the elements together. Suppose I have to add all the elements of the list. So again, what I'll do is I'll do again I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, and while I is less than length of my list. Okay, and now here I am taking a value as total, and total I am initializing as 0 over here again, and then here total plus is equal to, and my list, my list of I. Okay, and then again I plus is equal to 1, and finally sum of list members is, and here I am printing total. Okay, and when I execute this now, you can see here it is printing 43. So 10, 20, 30, 40, yeah, 43, 47. Okay, so like this, the total of all elements has been printed. So are you able to understand what I am doing in this?
The second one?
Yes. Second one or first one, whatever. Are you able to understand what I am doing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your first one is like multiplying and printing the values.
Hmm. And here I am just doing the total of all the elements together, one by one. right? So here I have this. This is the initialization part. This is the condition part, and this is the increment decrement part, right? So the way it will work is like this, and this total is for initializing at the first level. Now, suppose if I don't initialize this, what will happen? Can you tell me if I don't initialize it, what will happen?
If you don't initialize total, or
Yes.
uh, it I
Hmm?
so I think in C language it would assign a garbage value. I don't know what will happen in Python.
So if I execute this, it will. It is now. This is showing as 94. Again, I am executing. It is showing 141. Again, it is showing 188. So what's happening? Can you tell me now?
It's storing the value and adding.
Yes. So actually, at initial, at first time when it executed, it got the total value as 47. Now, when this is not initialized, so when it is coming to this statement, value of total itself is 47 now. So it will start adding from 47 now.
Oh, sir, in Python, is there a concept of scope for variables because we are defining total inside the loop? So I thought it wouldn't add values. Like
Oh,
if you run this once, then
so the scope you are talking about is for functions, not for the loops.
okay, okay,
And C also, if you will see, so scope is for the functions.
okay.
Understood? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when function will come, you will see that scope. I'll demonstrate that scope. Okay. So
Okay,
here, as of now, we have not started with the functions.
okay.
Okay. So like this, you can do these operations on any user defined data type. So as we have applied this on list, in the same manner, exactly same manner, this will be applied on tuple as well. No change, right? So if suppose I am taking this value as a tuple, my tup I am assigning my tup, and here I'm giving this as tuple. In the same way, exactly same way, it will be implemented for this any of these operations. So y I is less than length of my tup, and then I'm doing total let's say tot is plus is equal to, and my tup of I, and then I plus is equal to 1. Okay, and here I am initializing I is equal to 0. Now see, I am not initializing tot over here. Let's see कि क्या value आती है. So I am predicting sum of tuple members is, and here this is tot. Okay, I'm not initializing this tot. So now it is telling that name tot is not defined, right? Because we have not initialized tot earlier, right?
Yeah,
So that's the reason you need to initialize this first. So there is no concept of garbage value in Python. If variable does not exist and we have used it in some conditions and all, it will generate an error, right? Yeah, sorry, the TOT. Okay, okay, and now it is showing 47. Okay, so the data type may change, but the way of implementation will be same. It may be either it may be list or it may be tuple, anything. Is that clear?
yeah.
Okay, great. Now, what we are going to do is, like, yeah. So this is about while loop, right? So with while loop, you can do different kind of implementations like calculating factorial, calculating factorial. This is a very common example which is being discussed during the class, and in most of the cases, calculation of the factorial is asked. You know what is factorial,
Oh, yes.
right? So now how to calculate this? So let's see. I am taking a value from user. Um, um, mm, Input. Enter the number for the factorial. Okay, and here I am taking. Suppose I'm taking with decrement loop. So while val is greater than 1, okay, and fact val, fact val is equal is multiply equal to val, or val minus is equal to 1, and print final factorial value is, and here I'm printing fact val. And before error come, let me initialize the fact val as well. Fact underscore that I have initialized is equal to 1. Now I am just executing this 5, and it has printed 120. Right. So this is a calculation of factorial. Right. So it is this is initialization, this is condition, this is increment, decrement, and this is actual process. Okay.
Okay.
In the same way, you can calculate this in decrementing loop as well. Decrementing loop will also work in the same manner. So here I have, this was in decrementing loop. Let me tell you
Is
with
there a
increment.
operator for factorial or not in Python?
There is no operator for the factorial. There is function for factorial. When you will move into NumPy, so you will get a ready-made
Okay.
function for the factorial.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So here I am just doing this is less than um, well, and here I'm doing it as I, and factor into I plus is equal to 1, and here I'm calculating this. So starting from 1 till is equal to, yeah. Okay, let's calculate this. So again, I'm given. So you can see this is the incrementing loop. Same thing I have calculated, just the way has been changed. Here I was calculating from 5 to 1, and here I am calculating from 1 to 5. Okay,
Okay.
are you able to understand कि मैं क्या कर रहा
Yeah,
हूँ?
yeah, this, yeah, this one, this one, yeah.
If at any point if you have doubt that how is this being processed, you can let me know. I'll explain you in more details.
Okay.
Okay. I believe that you have already worked on Python, sorry, C, C++, and Java. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm not doing it in more details.
yeah,
Okay. Now, next is for loop. Right. So there is for loop. We have already discussed while loop. Now for loop is comparatively a loop which is using starting with for statement. So for example, if so for loop gives us more facilities, like suppose I have to print from 0 to 5, right? So I am just taking for I in range, and I have given 6, and just print I. Okay, I am printing this. So here now, without doing any initialization, without giving any condition, or without doing increment or decrement, it is printing from 0 to 5, right? You can see I have done no initialization over here. I did not give any condition, and I did not give any increment also, but it is doing automatically. So in for loop, this increment process is inbuilt, right? So for loop, initialization, then initialization, then condition, and increment increment are inbuilt, right? You don't need to to specify them explicitly, right?
Okay.
If you want to do in range start, means if, you don't want to start from zero, right? You want to start from suppose five, and you want to take it till 15, right? So you can do that as well. So for I in range, and here I am starting it from 5, going till 15, right? And I'm doing, so just let's give this much only. And here I'm doing print, and here just printing I. So now it is starting from 5 or going till this value minus 1. Whatever value you give, it will go till this given value minus 1. So when you have given a single argument, this is just the destination, starting from 0 till this destination. When you have given two argument, then first argument is from where to start, and second argument till where it has to go, right? So whatever value you give, it will go till this given value minus 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me write it, the range, then this is a start, and then this is a stop. In case of this range, this is just where to stop. Okay, so it will stop at stop minus 1. Whatever value you will give for a stop, it will go till stop minus 1, right? The same thing applies at here as well. Okay, and
Yeah.
and then the third variation comes in, this is for I in range. Now there are, suppose I'm starting from 5, I have to go till 20, so I'm giving it 21, and I'm giving just suppose increment of 2. Okay, and now I am printing I. So now you can see here it is printing 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, like this it is printing. So basically in this range, it is first one is a start, second one is a stop, and then this is step size, means how much increment you have to do. One is default. If you do not give third one, one is the default. Okay, and then you can do it in suppose two also, three also, five also, right? Then let's see if we do the decrement loop for I in range, and I am starting from 20 and going till 5, and doing the decrement of 3 minus 3, and I'm printing this print I. So you can see it is printing in reverse order as well. Okay.
Okay.
So these are some implementations about the range along with for. So when you are implementing the loop with for statement, it gives you convenience of initialization, increment, or doing these things automatically by himself. Okay. In in the same way, if suppose you have a list, right? So let's create a list. So list 1 is equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Right? Now I want to print the individual elements of the list. So simply what I can do is for members in list 1, and simply print members. Okay, I'll print this, so it has printed. In comparison to while loop, you can see this loop is comparatively very simple. So here we printed the members of the list, where it was. Yes, so here we were printing. So for while loop, we have to initialize also, we have to give condition also, we have to
Yeah.
give the increment decrement. But in for loop, you don't need to do anything, just members. And if you want to do some operations, you can do some operations also like this, right? So you don't need to specify each and everything specifically. It is doing all these things automatically. Okay.
Okay.
Same way, if you want to add these elements together, so what you can do is on here, total is equal to 0, and then for members in list 1, and here I'm giving, um, no, I'm here, total plus is equal to members and print, print total. Okay, so now it has printed the total of all elements 165. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the way you can very easily calculate all the values, and you can um, print them with for statement. Okay, so for statement will give you the freedom for your initialization condition and increment decrement. Now, uh, is this clear up to this part?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay. So now next part in this is um, abnormal termination or jumping of the loop, right? So a loop is terminated in two ways. One means one is when condition is satisfied. After that, loop is till condition is satisfied, loop keeps running. When condition is not satisfied, loop stops running. Okay, that is
Yeah.
a general way. But when we are triggering some unwanted event, and on trigger of that unwanted event, we want that process should be terminated immediately, right? So for this, we use for unwanted termination, we use break statement, right? So, for example, if suppose we have element in the list. So let's say list 2 I am making, and here I am giving some elements like 21, 32, 43, 54, 65, 76, and 87. I have given elements like this. Now what I want is that if any of the element which is divided by 5 is up, 5 comes, then we have to stop the process immediately. Okay. So it
Yeah.
is asking that when any element which is divided by 5 completely, we are going to stop the process. Otherwise, we have to keep on printing. So what I am giving is for members in list 2. And now I am checking if members divided by 5 is equal to 0, then break, else print list 2. Okay, I'm not giving else over here. I'm just giving that outside of if. Okay, so I have just executed. Oh, sorry. Members. Yeah. So now here you can see first it has printed from here to here. It has already printed. As soon this 65 is encountered, it did not print anything further. Not even 65, 77, 76, and 87. It has not printed any of this.
What does break do here?
So break is doing the termination um, abnormal. right?
Okay.
Abnormal termination, right? Means means something comes like uh, when this
So it
condition means anything comes, any number comes which is completely divided by 5, we don't want to execute them further. Okay, so what it is doing is it is checking each member value if it is divided by 5 or not. If it is divided by 5, it then means if this condition becomes 0, as soon as this becomes 0, it will break, break will be executed, and it will skip out of the loop and it will terminate the loop. Okay.
okay. So is it
Uh,
like a replacement for an else statement or no?
it's not the else statement. Else statement is something different. Else statement
Okay.
is if suppose um, if this occurs, then we have to do some operation, and then it will continue working on further elements. So it has not now gone on the further element also. Okay.
Okay.
So else is something different. Else else is executed when this condition is false. Now here what's happening is if this condition is false, it is not going inside this and it is not executing this, and that's why it is printing these members. So for 21 it happened the same, for 32, for 43, for 54. This condition was false and that's why this statement was executed. But as soon as 65 got encountered, this statement, this condition became true and break has been encountered. And after that, it just came out of the loop. It did not even check whether 76 or 87 also exist. It did not even check that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what is abnormal termination of the loop. Clear?
Yeah.
Now, um, the second part comes is abnormal skipping. So for that we use continue. Okay. So in the same thing, what I want is that if anything comes which is completely divided by 5, I don't want to print that. I want to skip that. Okay. So here instead of break, I'll use continue. Okay.
Yeah.
So now when I'll execute this, you can see here it has not printed 65, but it has printed 76 and 87. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now what it is doing is wherever this such condition comes, it will skip the current iteration and it will go on the next iteration. So in case of break, it was completely blocking the process, and it was not
Okay.
even checking the next values that whether they are available or not, right? But here, in case of continue, it is checking the if this has been executed, it has skipped the current iteration, means this printing is skipped, and now it is checking for the next iteration. This one it is checking, then this one it is checking. Okay, so for example, if I am printing like for members in range, and I am giving from 5 to 25, I am giving with the one increment, and here I am checking if members divided by suppose 3 is equal to 0, then continue, else print members. So now it will print all the values except the values who are completely divided by 6. Okay, then I have executed. Now you can see divided by 3. So all these things means you can see 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24 all are missing from here. Okay.
Yeah.
So now these things can be applied, means will work correctly with for loop only. This continue will not work correctly with while loop. So let me show you why it is not working. So for example, if I am going to print values from range 5 to 25 using while loop. So for while loop I is equal to 5, I am starting and I'm giving
Okay.
while I is less than or equal to 25. Okay, and here I'm checking if members divided by 3 is equal to 0, and I am just doing continue. Okay, or here and here what I'm doing is print members, and then sorry, I, here also I, here also I, and then I plus is equal to 1. I am doing this for us. Let's suppose. Okay. Now, when I'll execute this, so now you can see it has just printed 5 only. After that, it is not printing, and you can see this is still in process. You can see here this icon.
Yeah.
So this icon shows that it is still in process. It has stuck in the loop,
Oh, okay.
right? It is still in process and it is stuck in the loop. Now, why it is stuck in the loop? Let me tell you. No, let's stop this process. So I'm interrupting this kernel. Now this process is stopped. So now why it is stuck? Now it is stuck because at first level 5 was there, so it has printed. So this condition was false, so it has printed I, and here it became I, value of I became 6. Okay. Now, when it is this was checked, this was less than 25. This was correct. Now this was 6, right? So 6 divided by 3 will be 0. It has
Yeah.
continued. Now after continuation, I did not go from 6 to 7, right?
Yeah.
Because increment statement is here. Even if I include increment statement over here, then also this will not be executed because it will skip the current iteration immediately. Okay. So now this is not even incrementing, and because of that, this is not printing what we want this to be printed. Okay.
So, sir, if
Mhm.
when we write break or continue, uh, can we add except like uh, I didn't really understand the difference between break or continue. Break skips.
Uh, okay. Can you observe the difference between output this and this?
Yeah. So in the first one, it prints the ones that are.
Hmm.
But how is 21 divisible by 5? Oh no, it's printing the ones that are not.
Yes. So it is breaking the process when it is completely divided by 5. If it is not divided by 5, it will be printed.
Okay. And the
Okay.
second one?
In the second one, what it is doing is when this condition is true, it is skipping the printing of this element. So this break statement is for termination and continue statement is for skipping.
Okay, so at 65 it does not print 65, but then it stops the whole process.
Yes, in break it is stops the whole process, but in
Okay.
continue, when it has encountered 65, it
Yeah.
was completely divided by 5, so it skipped printing 65 and now checking for the next element.
Okay, and if we just want to print the ones that are divisible, what would we do?
Yeah, so then what we can do is just do this, not equal to this.
Oh, okay.
Understood?
So if members the remainder is 0 with 5 and it's not equal to 0, then continue. So it skips. So it skip. Okay, it skips all the ones that are.
Yes. So now at the 21, this will not be divided, not be divided by 0, so it will be continued. Here also this is continued. So let's suppose if I say this is 40. Okay. Sorry, this is 40. Now if I execute this, now 40 and 65 will be printed. Okay. Aditya, are you there?
So there was some interruption.
Yes. So are you able to connect this now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. So got the difference between break and continue?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you got why we cannot do this in while loop? Why we cannot use the continue with while loop?
No, can you explain that again?
Okay. So in when I am using continue with for loop, so in for loop there is auto incrementation process is there.
Yeah.
Okay, so values are getting incremented automatically in this case and this case also. Well, values are getting incremented automatically. But here, in case of while loop, there is no auto incrementation process. We have to give incremented statement explicitly, right? So now, when it comes to this condition and it is continuing, it is not even encountering any situation,
Okay.
right? It is not even encountering, right? And for this is even if I cut, okay. So now it is printing just 5555. So again, it, it it is not giving the output that we want, right?
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
So this is the reason, means because in for loop there is automatic increment process is there. So with continue, it will work. But in while loop, since automatic incrementing is not there, incrementing needs to be done. But to continue with that, this increment should increase that one, right? That it is not being done. So this is why it is not working with while loop. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So these all are the practices for the looping. So now you can practice these looping things, looping kind of things. Um, like you can create this, for example, um, it's like star and star. Like this pyramid you can create, right? So to create these pyramids again, it is very easy. You can start it while range, while I in range, and you can see expose 5 and then print star. Okay, while
Yeah.
I in range 5, and while then loop inside loop you can write, sorry, not while, this is for loop for I in range, and then for I for j in range, and you can say for j in range I plus 1. Okay, and now I'm just printing this. Okay, and I'm just, as soon I'm executing star. Okay, it is continuous. Okay, star star. So what you have to do is you have to do the printing uh, in the same line now for this j. So for that you need to use something else. Uh, just give me a minute. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm I'm getting a call. Just give me a minute. Okay, are you there?
So
Yes, sorry. So now what this is doing is this is printing first of all one star, then two star, then three star, then four star. Here it is printing. Then at the end it is printing five star. But our challenge is that we have to print first of all one star here, then two star at second line, three star at third line,
it's
four star at
printing
fifth line.
everything in new line.
Yes, yes, it is printing everything in new line. Because print statement, every time when you use the print statement, what it does is it always what to say, it always starts from what?
New line?
Yes, it always starts from new line. Okay, so now what to implement this, what we have to do is we have to uh, basically introduce a new variable. So suppose I am taking this new variable row is equal to 5, and I'm giving this I starting from 1 to row plus 1 I am giving. Okay, row plus 1 I am giving over here, and j in rows what I'm giving is row minus 1. And here I'm printing, first of all, I'm printing a star, and then end is equal to dot, this I'm giving, right? So this will keep this at the same line, right? So now it has all
I
come
think
into
your
the.
your screen has paused. The share screen. Oh, now it's
It's coming.
yeah, now it's coming here. But it shows
So
all of them in one line.
now it is showing all of them in one line because we are doing this at the end. So to make this convert at means for first time at one, for second time at two, for third time at three, we have to connect this into the next line, right? So here outside of this, what we have to do is we have to print over here like this, one blank print statement, right? So now um one two row minus g, no, it should not print like this. Two into I minus, yes, 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 I minus one. Okay. So now what this is doing is is starting this from one, and going means this range is being started from one, and then this range is starting from one to I, right? So every time when I value will be increased, this value will be increased one by one. Okay.
Okay, so one second, I'm trying to understand this. So number of
Yes.
rows is 5, then it
Mm.
iterates over the range 1 to 6, and or we can also just write 0 to 0 comma row or 1 comma 0 plus 1, both are same, right?
No, no. Row plus one is given because if if we'll just use row, so what it will do is it will go till four only,
Okay,
right? Because in
yeah,
range what it does is it just works for whatever given range till this value minus one. That's why I have done row plus one.
okay. And the blank print statement, what is that doing? That is giving the new line.
Yes, this is to make the second output at new line.
Okay, okay, understood. Yeah.
Okay. And this is to keep the output at same line.
Okay, and what is the this called? End is equal to?
Hmm? Yes,
What's it?
this end is equal to this blank is given as to keep the cursor at the same line. If I do not give this, what will happen is it is giving me output like this. First of all, this is executed, then this is executed, because every time when print is executed, it prints at at the new line, right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
this statement that we that I am giving, this statement is means once this print is executed, it is not going to next line, it will print at the same line only. Okay, so now it is giving me this at same line. Okay,
Yeah,
understood. Mm.
understood.
Now whatever value you give, it will print according to that. Clear?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we'll keep it at this for today, and then we'll meet you next class.
Okay, and that will be tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So our
Okay.
classes are from Monday to Thursday.
Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you.